this time we're joined by Mr. Rick Robinson of American High Performance in Wharton, Virginia, who's got an interesting perspective on high performance. Rick, welcome back to Goss's Garage.
Morning, Pat.
All right, now for years we have, well, through the history of automobiles, we've dealt with the internal combustion engine. But that is slowly changing.
And we've refined those to the point today where we're getting the kind of horsepower out of today's basic naturally aspirated V8s that we could only get with huge changes to engines, superchargers, and everything back in the 60s. But yet, that's not good enough. And the government eventually is going to legislate the internal combustion engine out of existence. And there was a recent announcement from GM that they intend to transition to an all-electric fleet. They don't say when. It's going to take decades for sure for that to happen. But the plans are being set in motion to do that.
Don't you think that probably one of the key factors in the timeline here is when somebody comes up with a better battery?
Absolutely. The two things that are going to drive that market are batteries and motors. Getting more efficient motors that will use less juice, but also produce more power. Because let's face it, Americans like power. We like going fast. We like be able to get up and get out of everybody else's way. And they're not going to be happy with a modest little electric scooter.
Well, yeah, but the other side of that is that done right, an electric motor is an amazing piece of equipment for performance.
It is, and you only have to look at the leader in electric car technology today, Tesla, to see that. The Tesla S, the new P100D version of it, is the third fastest car from 0 to 60 in the world, production car. And we're talking about production cars and not, pure one-off race cars. 0 to 60 in 2.2 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's blinding fast.
It is. Set you back in the seat, hang on, Lucy, here we go, kind of fast. So you can get some pretty phenomenal performance out of them, particularly on the acceleration side. Top end is still a challenge for them. There's an organization composed of a group of students out of Ohio State University and a company in Europe that have produced a land speed record car. And they just recently topped that record at 341 miles an hour, which is clipping right along. They're shooting for 400. They're pretty confident they'll get there. But it's still not what we would have seen out of the internal combustion cars running on Bonneville with the same kind of setup. So there's some technology boundaries to cross there to get to that kind of an all-electric fleet.
Yeah, but no matter how well electric motors work and so on, I just can't warm up to this real purring sound that they make as opposed to a nice lumpy idle through a throaty exhaust.
If they make any noise at all, how many times have you been scared stepping out on the corner at downtown and one was right there and you didn't even know he was there. And our basic commodity product in my business is exhaust. Every muscle car owner wants that thing to sound good, and to have this nice rumble, and even go as far as putting a different cam in there to get that lopey idle, just for the sound, not for the power, but just for the sound. And the electric cars just don't make that. If anything, the really high performance ones like the Formula E make this incredible screech that it's kind of annoying to most car enthusiasts.
Well, maybe what they'll have to rely on are the younger generations coming up who may never have experienced a true muscle car and the sound and all of the ambiance of it, the shaking, the smells, the whole package.
True. The new generation is taken by technology, and certainly the electric cars are going to be well adapted to that and have lots of bells and whistles in them. Now, of course, they have to look up from their phone long enough to know that the car's even there to begin with, right?
For sure.
But the technology, I think, is what's going to excite the younger generation.
Okay. Rick, in the meantime, you are still building all kinds of American muscle.
Absolutely. The classic, smoke belching, raucous American muscle cars that we're all used to and love.
How can people get in touch?
We're out on the web at AmericanHighPerformance.com. We've got a great new website and web store there. And you can reach us on the phone at 703-339-7412.
Rick, as always, thank you for joining us. And folks, if you have a question, a comment, or just want a lot more good information about cars or repairing cars, check us out at goss-garage.com.